Floods, tornadoes, extreme heat. It feels like weather events are getting more severe, more common, and more destructive by the week. And it's not centralized to one location. It is happening all across the world. Meteorologist Dani Beckstrom here now with more on what's behind this apparent uptick. Dani?
Sandra, headline after headline of historic flooding across the country this week, from central Texas, where a summer's worth of rain fell in a matter of days, to Chapel Hill, North Carolina, where up to 10 inches of rain fell, equating to roughly a 1 in 1,000 year rainfall event, to Boston's downpours today. Here's a look at what's contributing to the extreme weather.
The death toll in Texas continues to grow in what has become one of the deadliest floods in the United States in the last century.
New Mexico also is dealing with deadly flash flooding. 3 people died.
North Carolina officials confirm now that at least one person has died in flooding from Tropical Depression Chantal.
1 week, 3 deadly flooding events in 3 different parts of the country. And here at home, 3 deaths last week after storms ripped through central New Jersey, and back-to-back days of tornado warnings in the tri-state.
We have a dangerous weather situation unfolding down the Jersey Shore. A tornado warning is in effect right now.
So what is behind all of this extreme weather? Well, there are several factors. As the Earth's atmosphere warms, its capacity to hold water increases. Warmer air can literally hold more water, which fuels these intense downpours that produce flooding. Downpours like the one we saw this morning in Boston. At the same time, if there are drought conditions, extremely dry soil can't absorb as much water, which means the heavy downpours turn to runoff and increases the potential for flooding. Climate scientists agree we need to adjust our behavior and our thinking when it comes to these weather events.
When you talk to people, they often say, I remember Storm X or Hurricane Y, and that's their benchmark for planning. The problem with that, as climate shifts and changes, particularly intensities and frequency, those benchmarks are not good context for planning for the current and future storms.
The terrible flooding disaster in Texas is, so far, it's been labeled a 1 in 500 year event, but we know that climate change is rapidly changing those odds.
This is the wettest time of the year, climatologically speaking, with the atmosphere typically having the most moisture to work with between April and September. And as the Earth's atmosphere continues to warm, more and more moisture held in the air likely means more and more frequent heavy rainfall events. So it's worth quickly explaining what the term 1 in 100 or 1,000 year flood actually means. It's a statistical probability, not an actual interval. So 1 in 1,000 year flood means there is a 0.1% or 1 in 1,000 chance that a flood of that magnitude happens in any given year. Back to you both.
And what's crazy, Dani, is we're not even talking about it's hurricane season, and none of this involves hurricanes.
Right. I know that the central Texas flooding, I mean, it tapped into some of that tropical moisture from what was a tropical storm, but you're right, it wasn't a landfalling storm itself.
All right. Thank you, Dani.